Welcome to Lisa and Kyle Get Bored. I'm Lisa.
I'm Kyle.
And tonight we're going to be playing Sequence, States and Capitals.
Sequence is a pretty fun game. I remember playing it as a child growing up. We had the original one, which is like, it's based off of face cards, and it uses those in the board game.
I don't think I'd ever heard of it until college.
But we have the Sequence, States, and Capitals game. As you can tell by our box, it's a little beaten up. We've had it for a while. We've played it a lot.
A little. It's
a lot of fun. So we'll go ahead and get into the rules of it and how you play it. All right, so here we have the board. You can see it's got all the different states on here. The object of the game is to be the first person to complete 2 sequences. So a sequence is going to be 5 states in a row, diagonal, straight lines, up and down, whatever it might be. You need to get 5 in a row to complete a sequence. And once you get 2, you are declared the winner. The way you go about getting those sequences is we have cards.
You want the cards?
Yep, let's grab the cards. We have cards, and each person in a 2-player game will have up to 7 cards in their hand. And the cards have different states outlined with the state capitals on them.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. We've played it so much to the point where I'm pretty confident you tell me a state and I can tell you that it's the capital of it. The map behind us here, this is in our dining room. Our kids like to quiz me at dinner time sometimes, and they'll shout out a state, and I'll be sitting with my back to it, and I'll tell them what's the state capital of it. So a lot of fun. It's helped increase my knowledge of states and capitals, which I did not have a very good one before.
I think it's helped with their familiarity too. I still don't know all my states and capitals, but I think it's better. It's definitely better than if we didn't play this game, because I didn't learn anything in high school. I don't know about you. I didn't.
All right. So the way you play this game is each person has a set of chips here. With 2 people, you each have your own set of colored chips. And
it comes with 3 different colors, so you can play
2 to 3 people with each person having their own bag. If you want to play with 4 to 6 people,
then you have to have teams.
And you sit across from your partner. That way when it goes around, you each take turns playing. So the way that it goes is each person's dealt out 7 cards in a 2-player game. In a 3 to 4-player game, you get 6 cards each. In a 3 to 4, then it'd be 6. You can't play with 5 because that'd be uneven teams.
Yeah.
6 and up, you're dealt 5 cards each. There's a whole chart on the rules and instructions that tell you exactly how much for each person. I'm not going to cover it all. If you get the game yourself, you can look it up because it's in the rules. But so each person is dealt 7 cards, and those cards are going to dictate which states you can place your pieces on. You take turns going back and forth. One of the things you'll notice there are like a wild add me card. This allows you to place a piece on any state that you want to. Typically, it's best to save that for completing a sequence.
Our kids like to use it right away. We like to use it a little bit more strategically. Yeah. You know, whatever's your cup of tea.
Our kids get like a sick satisfaction about like trying to ruin people's fun for whatever reason.
Lives. Yeah.
Then there's also remove cards you can use to remove tiles from the other person's to stop them from getting a sequence. Once you get a sequence, however, none of those chips can be removed. I think the way we haven't played it, but I think the way we like to play it now is you have these pieces. You have a white side and you have a side that's not white. I think when we put them down on the not white side. And then once you complete a sequence, you flip them all over. That way you know exactly where a sequence is at.
Yeah, we just started doing that, but it's been kind of nice to highlight your sequence.
Yeah, and it makes you know, like, hey, you can't remove anything that's flipped over like this. So
yeah, not that you have to. We just like to do that.
Our little thing. I don't know we've had this game for so long. I don't know what it looks like.
If they've
changed it or done anything different.
It could be totally different now. Can you even buy the states and capitals? I'm sure you can.
I'm not sure. But other than that, the only other rules, there's 2 other rules to be aware of. After you play your card, so you play your card in a discard pile in front of yourself. You place your piece down on the board. So the Albany, New York, you'd find an Albany, or
there's
find New York.
2 of each state.
Yeah, on either half of the board. There's one state on either half. You play that, and then you would draw a new card from the draw pile. And you want to always keep 7 cards in your hand. If I forget to draw after I play a piece, and my wife goes and she plays a piece and she draws a card, I then lose a card. I can't draw back up to 7. I have to play with 6 for the rest of the hand. So you want to make sure that you're always drawing after you play. Otherwise, you might end up with 6 or 5 or 4 cards in your hand and no ability to get back up to 7. And it limits your choices for states or squares that you can place them on.
Yep.
The only other rule that takes effect or can take effect is there are, when you play an ad, obviously you play an ad card on like a Alaska and somebody else is on another Alaska, which is right here. Well, say you have an Alaska card in your hand and there's nowhere to place it. That's what's called a dead card. You can't actually play that card. And so on your turn, you can trade in 1 dead card. You just say, I'm discarding a dead card. And then you draw a new card to replace that. It makes it so if those places are filled up with wild cards or ad cards, you don't have to hang on to a card that you literally can't play.
But if you want to hang on to it because you have a remove and you need that spot, you can.
You can do that too.
You can keep it if you want.
Yep. So other than that, that's all the rules. It's pretty simple. Have a card, place a piece down on it. So it's pretty simple. It's a lot of fun. When you play with 3 people, the games can be a lot longer. And when you play with teams, it is challenging because you cannot say, hey, I have this piece, you need a place here. You cannot
there's no table talk.
Yeah, you're not supposed to you can obviously talk and have fun.
But you can't coach
be like, hey, you need to put it there because I got this piece here and do that there. Or, you have to rely on their knowledge and their ability to play the game.
Yeah, you can't help each other.
To do that. So
you just have to have the telekinesis.
Yeah, something like that.
Read each other's minds.
Telepathy. The ability to read each other's mind. Telekinesis, I think, is the ability to manipulate things with your hand.
Okay.
Yep. Telepathy. That's the one. So we'll go and get this set up and get playing with it. So let me just shuffle these cards.
And we're back.
All right.
I don't know if you noticed, but last game,
we played NERTZ.
We played NERTZ.
It's a fun game.
It is really fun, and it's really challenging for my brain. And yes,
I won. So
Kyle won. I lost. So I had to get a manicure from my daughters. So I don't know if you noticed my beautiful manicure, but it went very well. They were, all.
Did they each get a hand?
They each got a hand. Okay. Scylla got this hand. Lucy got this hand.
Got some yellow on pink.
It's gold.
Oh.
At least that's what they were calling it.
Yeah.
And they were so excited. And the boys were a little influential. They're like, oh, why don't you pick all different colors? Because at first they were each going to pick one color, which I was like, oh, this is great. No, I did not get so lucky.
So here is a video of that.
All right, so that was fun. And
for this video, we have a new challenge, which the loser will have to make dessert. I think we have some brownies in mind, which will be quite delicious. So
we sure do. Everybody wins on this one.
Yeah, loser has to make it, but we both win. So.
I like these kind of wagers. And it's a box of brownies. I mean,
it's not that hard. I mean, even I can do that.
But we don't, So anyway,
all right.
It'll be fun.
We'll go ahead and get started. We'll do some maybe rock, paper, scissors. See who gets to go first. Best 2 out of 3 or just the first one to win?
2 out of 3.
All right.
Okay, well,
I'm going first.
You go first.
I'm going to, I'll deal out 7 cards to each of us.
That's probably a good place to start.
And I will go ahead and go first.
Yeah, I can look at them.
So when playing, you want to try and figure out which cards you have, where they're lined up at, and try and build a strategy around where you can go with them. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and start. Carson City, Nevada.
I'm going to go Michigan, because that's where I grew up.
Jefferson City, Missouri.
Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, you just had to go right there, huh?
Yep, sure did.
Well, fine.
Fine what?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Concord, New Hampshire.
Olympia, Washington, which is the state I grew up in.
Juneau, Alaska.
This is not working out for me. Mine are like all over the place. Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Give us a shout out if we play your state, or if you just want to mention in the comments what state you're from. Be fun.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Ooh. In case you're wondering, we are currently living in Georgia, so over Delaware.
Gotta play Georgia.
It's got a small place in our heart.
Yeah, it's getting bigger every day. Dover, Delaware.
Denver, Colorado.
Bismarck, North Dakota.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Charleston, West Virginia.
Yep. All right, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Annapolis, Maryland.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Columbus, Ohio.
Salem, Oregon.
Hartford, Connecticut.
Augusta, Maine.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, I didn't even see that down there.
And I'm gonna flip all these over so you can see my beautiful
Oh.
sequence there.
Okay, I literally haven't looked at yours the entire time. So I guess I needed to do that.
Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to yours. I glanced up a little bit to see if I could block you,
Lincoln, Nebraska.
but I didn't have anything. Honolulu, Hawaii.
Whew. All right, we're going to go to Topeka, Kansas.
Frankfort, Kentucky.
We're going to add Houston, Texas.
You're kind of
Austin,
the worst.
Texas. Oh my gosh, I got that wrong.
You should have to remove that if you can't get it
No.
right. Albany, New York.
And do Columbus, Ohio, and flip over my sequence.
Oh, you got a diagonal.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't really realize I could do that until a couple turns ago. But I didn't want you to get that one, so.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Phoenix, Arizona. Look at that. Oh, I forgot I got rid of my add me card. Dang it.
Yeah, you used it on me.
I know. I couldn't take the risk that you had either Texas or an ad. Because that would have been game over and I want to win.
I don't want you to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like that. I think we've said it before, we can be fairly competitive in games.
Fairly.
I think we mellowed a little bit
In our old age.
in our slightly older age. We're not that old.
Madison, Wisconsin.
You go with Juneau, Alaska.
Olympia, Washington.
Yay. You go Trenton, New Jersey.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Santa Fe, New Mexico. I have so many 4s right now.
Yeah. Jackson, Mississippi.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, shoot. gonna remove Topeka, Kansas.
Come on. Sacramento, California.
I could have done this a while ago, but I didn't realize it. Indianapolis, Indiana, and my segment sequence. I win.
You're the worst. That's how I feel about that.
There you have it, folks. I feel like my wife normally beats me in this game, so.
I do. I was really counting on beating you.
I'm getting a win there.
I gotta make dang brownies.
Yeah.
Out of a box. So
right.
difficult. Anyway,
hope you enjoyed that. A little shorter gameplay.
It's kind of a different game, little variation of normal sequence. But it's really fun and a little bit educational, and we love to use it.
I think it's one of our favorites, I think.
Yeah.
We've played it a lot.
We played it a lot. Our kids can play it. It's like simple enough.
It's simple and easy, so it's an enjoyable one to do. So
anyway, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to do that sort of thing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.